Hello, YouTube. My name is Plazookas. Finally, the veil is coming open, and we're able to see from one of the biggest YouTubers that the algorithm that tracks data, which was implemented, I think, shortly after they did CAPA, or whatever the Children Protection Act was, when YouTube had to basically redo their entire platform so that they weren't targeting kids. They redid it to now say that, okay, it's 18 to 24-year-olds, 24-year-olds to 30-something, right? And that's what all these content creators will say when they're challenged upon their content. They'll be like, no, my age is 18 plus, my age is this and that plus. And I've already called out content creators that I think has an audience that is absolutely younger because of how they act within their streams. And there's no way somebody of 20-something years old is going to watch that content religiously as much as they do. Watch people sleeping like they do Kai Cenat. Except younger, influential, parasocial people who are being manipulated by content creators, which is why we need government regulations. They know it. They don't want it to happen because they're making millions, billions of dollars off people. Off children, not to mention people like Ava, who are using that as access to exploit them, potentially, to take advantage of them, potentially, to have sex with them, potentially. And this is not just Ava, this is everyone, and anyone. It doesn't fucking matter who it is. Everyone has the possibility to do anything in this space, no matter what you think of them, no matter how high you praise them. There is no exceptions here. Watch what this person that's basically exposing Mr. Beast. I'm not going to go through the whole video right now. But I'm going to point out this part because this applies to my argument, what I've been arguing for the past couple weeks. I think it's very pertinent, and I think it does highlight, even if they don't know, now they cannot not know. Now this is going to be used against them. It's already something I've already been saying, but again, you know what? Nobody believes me in this space. Well, here you go. Here's your quote-unquote proof, okay? Children?
Like understanding their psychology and everything and like seeing that that's sort of used in weird ways.
Exactly. They understand the psychology. The best content creators know the psychology of their viewers. They know what they need to do. It's why Tectone continues to do what he does, why he cannot pivot from that. Even though he may want to. He told me, he's like, you don't want to go down this road because you'll never be able to escape it. He's giving me a warning saying, guess what? I'm trapped. I can't escape even if I wanted to. I'm a 30-year-old that has to act like a 12-year-old.
There's been like parasocial related.
Huge parasocial. To the point where it borderlines cult-like behavior and it needs regulation. It needs intervention, which is why these companies needed oversight, which is why these companies need to hold content creators accountable, which is why the First Amendment cannot be the only thing that stops them from being able to intervene in this particular case. They can't just continue to use that as an excuse to why they can do whatever the fuck they want when their behavior is affecting other people. It is.
Relationships and encouraging like almost children simping for these people.
Exactly. Children simping for these people. Cultist, sheepish, herdist mentalities, which is why when I try to make this argument, I have to use it from a 18 to 25 to 25 to 35 perspective because that's what the algorithm says. But we all know that these people are children that are coming to other people's channels and bullying them and saying these things and are that relentless because normal people don't do that unless, of course, you are someone who is just trying to make a message, trying to convey something that requires you to go out of your way to make that message, almost like you're trying to discipline a kid. In order to discipline a kid effectively, as far as I know, and I'm not a parent, okay, so go ahead, criticize me for all you want, say that I'm baseless in this, is you got to be persistent as fuck. That doesn't always work, but you got to be persistent. You got to be persistent. If you tell them there's no TV, well, guess what? You got to monitor that shit all the fucking time because they're going to go to the TV. They're going to see how much they can get away with. That's the reality.
And maybe that's as nefarious as it gets, or maybe it goes.
It gets worse, right? Maybe that's just it's pretty nefarious, but maybe it gets worse.
Anyway, here's an old podcast clip of Jimmy explaining that he knows that his audience is young. Which is an old clip. You could say like his audience grew up. I would say he's gained most of his audience since then, and his content's only gotten younger. Also, this clip really just shows that like he understands the YouTube analytics are bullshit, because he can try to use that as a defense, but he knows. So here's that clip, and then I'll get into the video.
The average demographic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24, but I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot like that because, you know, little kids lie about their age or they're on their, you know, like.
But yeah, and then I have.
How doesn't this analytics look exactly like everybody else's analytics? It looks like my analytics, it looks like Hexu's analytics, it looks like Tectone's analytics. All this, I mean, yes, this is a bit higher than most, but he has like an insane amount of followers, right? So if you were to reduce that and put it into proportion, it would basically be the same kind of averages here, okay? But he even admits it. And let's be very clear. YouTube knows this. YouTube benefited from this before they implemented the CAPA, and now they're going to go back and look at some other regulations to protect children. YouTube knows this, okay? And before we got to this part in this fraud video, basically it was said that the company, Mr. Beast's company, is protecting people that are minor attracted people. YouTube is effectively doing the same as well. This is the world we live in. This is what hyper capitalism looks like. Money at all fucking costs, whether it be satanic, whether it be pedophilia, whether it be whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. If it's unregulated, if you can get away with it, let me make my money now. Fuck morals, fuck ethics, fuck religion, fuck other people, fuck children. They'll say they like children. They'll say to protect children. Okay? But they do it for money. Do it for greed. This is what we live in. Mr. Beast is going to highlight it. Mr. Beast's situation is going to highlight all of the hypocrisy. YouTube, large companies. And it's going to trickle down to all these other content creators who are acting the way they do. And they've changed. A lot of them are running scared. A lot of them are very scared about what or how to pursue. I just was watching somebody else's stream. I'm not going to mention their name, but they made it very clear there's no more NSF content going to be. I don't know if there was, but they're making it very clear there's not going to be. Because they're worried about that. Why would you have NSF content to begin with if you're a fucking front-facing business like a content creator? Why would you do that? Why would you want to intermingle with somebody fucking masturbating while they're on Discord with you? Why in the fuck do you want that? Unless the actual Discord is actually named NSF and it's 18 plus restricted. Why do you want that inside your Discord? Who is deciding that that is healthy? Because whoever that is, probably a bit fucking perverted at best. And you know what, at worst. Everybody's on notice. As they fucking should be. And it shouldn't take examples like this to fucking wake people up, but I'm glad it does, because wake the fuck up. Tectone, Hex Shoes, all of them. Every single one of them, okay? Moist Critical, Asmin Gold, Kai Sinat, Hassan cannot argue that their fucking audience isn't young, because guess what? A large portion of YouTube is a young fucking demographic, and that's where all the fucking money is made. And don't even fucking try to disagree, because guess what? The facts are here, and you don't believe me, that's fine. Believe this guy. If you don't believe this guy, just fucking wait a few fucking minutes. You're gonna find out. Fucking pissed off.